Lucas Schreiner, Rafaela, let's keep this fire burning on 5FM Extra Loud Mornings, 24 minutes before 9. So as we do on Saturdays, we try to help you with your entrepreneurship journey, with your hustle, your side hustle, the main hustle, getting that money, making the pots to can, getting the bags, all those things. Because let's be honest, it's been a tough year, and I really think it's important for us to try and help you as much as possible. So today we're going to be chatting to a registered psychometrist on CVs and CV writing. When's the last time you updated your CV? I'm not asking if you're looking for a job now, but have you guys even looked at your CV? Do you even have a CV? Let's start with Sibs.
I definitely have one, and I update mine. Yeah, I update mine every few months, because I'm always on the search, actually, but just for different, not necessarily this, but for different kind of jobs. But what I find is that on LinkedIn, sometimes you've got that easy apply option, and then you don't really have to bother about your CV so much because all the information is there. But then when I look at other people's CVs, there's pictures and different formatting these days, and it's oh, this is nice. How do I get that?
I'm so fascinated to find out because essentially what we're going to talk about is not hiring a professional CV writer. But I've learned through my partner and other people that there's actually a computerized system that CVs go through before certain high management or selection people look at it. So if you have keywords, then you are ranked higher. So did you know there's keywords that they look for in the CV even before someone even reads
it? It's like a screening
pictures.
Process.
What are the words? What did you say, D?
So it's like a screening process before you get. So it's like idols. You see
yes.
some other judges before you get to the main judges.
Yes, but it's automated, so you don't even get a chance for them to hear you or to see your pretty picture or whatever. It's literally looking for keywords because they don't want to waste their time. So I'm surely then going and getting your CV done by a professional who knows these things and can hack it for you would help. But according to the psychometrist, you should write your own CV. So I'm interested to find out how we're supposed to go about this, because I didn't know that there were these screening processes. Obviously, with each industry, there's different things. And I think if it's a more creative, it would maybe be, but I could be very wrong. For radio, you need to send a demo, right? People need to hear what you're about, as opposed to the CV saying team player, management potential, can, I don't know, do a great random dance break, that type of thing. It's so interesting to me. And you know what, now more than ever, there's tons of people looking for jobs. And I think if we can get even a little bit of help, then
a template.
It's Deleuze, it's Dice, it's 5FM Extra Loud Mornings. 8:45 is the time on your Saturday, and every Saturday we like to try and help you make that money, baby. It's called Get Busy. All right, let's be honest. Part of getting the job and making the money is making sure that you can get in the door. And part of that is having a CV. So we are joined by registered psychometrist and owner of Holistan, Marzenna Almendro, again on the show. Marzenna, thanks for joining us.
How's it, Nicole? It's so good to be with you this morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Jen, I'm sure you've had a lot of people approach you with, I suppose, getting jobs and finding jobs. But you've recently written a blog about not having a professional writer for your CV. Why, when there are so many automated systems these days that go through the CVs before it even gets to the manager or the person who's hiring?
Okay, so it sounds like a bit of a counterintuitive blog because I am a professional CV writer.
Well,
but the whole reason that I wrote it is because I wanted to empower the audience that, hey, I can teach you the tactics that you can write your own kick-ass CV.
Okay, so when it comes to writing your own CV, what would you say? Do you need a professional CV writer? Or was this whole blog just to say actually no, you should hire me? Or do you think that people can get the job by doing it themselves?
Sneaky. Okay, so the top reasons why people would recruit for CV writer is because, point one, they don't have the time. Okay, people are busy, they are working, things are hectic, families, whatever, so they don't have time. Point two is that this is a skill, and like any skill, Nicole, you can acquire it. So if you've got the tenacity and the energy, you can certainly learn how to write your own CV. And I mean, I can teach you some tips and tricks with regards to that skill. So that's why someone would employ a CV writer, because they don't have the skill and they don't care to learn it. But it's not that difficult, okay? The third reason as well is that people come from a plethora of different environments. So if you're not from an HR environment, you may not specifically know those keywords or psychological competencies that are sought after.
A whatty?
Okay, so we all know that is SEO, right?
Yes, search engine
Search
optimization.
engine optimization.
Yeah,
Yes,
I want to
there you
know.
go. So it's very similar in terms of keywords, okay? When we draft a job description for a potential role, we are paying attention to what's called psychological competencies. And those are skill sets like, let's say, EQ, leadership capability, interpersonal skills, stakeholder management, etc., etc. So I'm going to dumb it down and make it easy for you to remember that you just need to take heed of what are the keywords. Let's scrap psychological competencies. What are the keywords that are required for this job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are they? Like, can I Google like keywords for being, I don't know, the account executive, or keywords for like, how do you know what the keywords are?
Okay, so it's all in the JD, or what we refer to as the job description.
Okay.
So you can absolutely, use Google. It is your friend. Type in job description for account executive, graphic designer, etc., etc. But I'm going to teach you a trick here.
Ooh.
Okay, you know that little thing called LinkedIn?
Mm.
Shame on you. Seriously, open up an account. It's free. It's easy to use. Everybody's on LinkedIn. And what you're going to do is you're actually going to use LinkedIn as your Google. Okay, you're a job, and as soon as you search for a job, let's say it is psychometrist, it's going to pull up a job description that outlines all of those keywords that you need to match your profile to.
Wow. It's that easy. Okay, so you have to have a LinkedIn account. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
LinkedIn to me is the most boring, mundane. It's like Twitter and Instagram and Facebook for people who don't have lives. I'm sorry, but like, and they're trying to show everyone how great they are in their work. I'm like, oh, do me a favor.
No, Nicole, babe,
No.
you've got it wrong here. LinkedIn, it's not. Look, I know on the surface level you're like, oh my gosh, it's a bunch of boring professionals, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But you know what? Your listeners, they do something. They hopefully do something they love.
Hopefully.
Or they hopefully want to be doing something that they love.
Yeah.
Studied something. So everybody's got an interest, right? Now, LinkedIn is the opportunity to actually link in with other professionals that align to your interests and your skills. And people are sharing really amazing content. Okay, so that's the whole social media thing. It's not just about being social, but it's about actually
Getting the work
out there. So, yeah, and I mean, don't just think of LinkedIn, hey, it's a work opportunity. It's an opportunity to share your own content. I'm sure with you being in social media, you'll know the social media rule, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Let me spell it out for you.
Yeah.
So, 90% of the global population consumes online content.
Yes. 10% makes the content. Oh.
Okay, 9% shares that content. 1% actually creates that content. What you want to be doing, not just on LinkedIn, but on other forums as well, is you want to be creating that content so that you can get some traction. People are taking notice. Who the hell is Nicole da Silva? You see what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. So now, not only do I need to know the keywords, but I need to be a content creator. You're just making life very stressful, Marzenna. I was trying to help people. All right. We need to take a break. But what I'd like to do is maybe chat about the important things to remember when you are writing your CV, and maybe the biggest myths about CV writing. If we can do that in the next couple, is that all right with you?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. It's 5FM Extra Loud Mornings. It's Get Busy. We're trying to help you get that job, secure the bag, and all those good things. All right. Earlier on, when we were chatting to Marzenna, we found out that actually it's probably easier to do your own CV than to hire a professional and pay lots of money. You can probably hack it by, I don't know, doing it via LinkedIn, because you will find the keywords that a lot of job hiring people are looking for. But now what I'd like to find out is important things to remember when you are writing your CV. So maybe things that you should include or not include, and the biggest myths. Jen, can you start with the first one? Important things to remember when you are writing, things to leave out. Like, do people need to know what my matric results were? Do people need to know like what sporting activities I take part in and recreational things I get up to, my achievements? Like, how important is it to have these, I don't know, random things?
Oy vey. Nicole. No. So the most important things that we need to remember on the CV is obviously your name. That would be great. Details include things like your marital status or your ID number. And I know that sounds crazy, but as we move into, 2020, this is what recruiters and clients want to see. They want to see your name and surname. They want to see where you live. So it doesn't have to be Unit 53 XYZ, just Gauteng, Johannesburg, whatnot. A contact name number as well as your email address and a link to your LinkedIn. Okay, that's important. The other stuff, superfluous.
Okay,
Yes.
so no marital status, no ID number, so that they don't have to check up on my speeding fines and stuff.
Okay, can I tell you a trick?
Yeah.
Your CV needs to be written in such a way that it captivates that person, that they want to call you up and be like, how's it? How you doing? Let's have a chat, because I actually need to get your ID number to run a criminal check, for example. So you're put little hooks there. So you captivate your audience to make them want to talk to you. Because, Nicole, it's far more difficult to say no to a person in person or over the phone than it is to say no to a person on paper. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got you. Okay, so important things you said, again, LinkedIn, I can't handle it. But email address, contact number, full name. What else do we need to have or not have?
Okay, so just under that, you're going to put your profile, okay? This is no more than 500 words, 250 words at best, where you're basically encapsulating who you are and what you can offer. Now, the CV is all about you, right?
Yeah.
Wrong. Okay.
It's about what you can do for them. It's what you can do for them. Yes.
Amen, sister. You should be a professional CV writer.
No, I'm good. Thanks.
You're very good. So, that is your executive summary written in third person. It's not I am this and I'm such an amazing leader, XYZ. Actually, astute problem solver with strong leadership capabilities. You need to write in third person.
Wow, didn't know that. Okay, third person. So now okay, cool. And then okay, I'll let you finish.
Right, so then you can go through your experience. Never, ever go more than 2 pages, Nicole. So even if you've been in business for 20 years or for 2 years, you're going to keep it to 2 pages. The most detail is going to be written with your current role, and then less and less detail as you go along, okay? You can highlight, of course, very important, your education, where you studied. You can highlight a couple of courses which are credible, not just, hey, Canva.com, I did it for free, but some credible courses that you have done in the past. And you can outline your skills, your hard skills, such as proficient in Microsoft Excel, as well as your soft skills, such as astute problem solver. Last but definitely not least, put in your references, but this is a gray area. Again, this is another trick, okay? You want that person to pull you up.
Yes.
So you can be available upon request, because once that person engages with you, here's how fabulous you are on the phone. Want to see more. Okay, so get them to call you to say, hey, I need your references.
I like this, and I think that we need to carry on this conversation. We do need to go to news in the next couple of minutes and also find out what's happening in our sports headlines. So I'm going to ask Marzenna Almendro just to hold on the line. We'll carry on this conversation. If you've got any questions, hey man, send them through 082-550-5151. Let's get busy. All right, to bring you up to speed, we are talking about writing a CV and whether or not you should have a professional to write it for you in this day and age. A lot of people are looking for jobs or extra jobs or side hustles. We have registered psychometrist Marzenna Almendro, who's helping us out. And just to summarize so far, you don't need to have a professional CV writer. You can leave out things like your ID number. Definitely leave out your marital status and marks that you got for certain courses and things, but maybe say that you did those courses. Am I right so far, Jen?
Absolutely, 100%, Nick.
And summarizing everything so that it's only 2 pages and speak about yourself in the third person. So not I, me, this is what I've done, but like how did you give us an example of writing in third person again?
Okay, so you're not going to say, I am an amazing leader and I engage with people well. You're going to say something along the lines of demonstrated leadership capability through the management of 3 direct reports. So, you know what, Nicole, like I said before, it's not about you. It's about the other person. What can you do for that recruiter? What can you do for that client? You've really got to empathize, step into the shoes of a business owner, and take on the mindset, why should I hire me? Why would I want me to be on my team? What can I do for the other person? So it's not about me, how great I am. It's about what I can do for you.
Got you. We did get a question sent in here saying, is it recommended to have a photograph of yourself on your CV? What do you say about that?
So it really depends on the industry that you're applying for. If more creative industries, perhaps, you're going into media, digital, along those lines, perfectly fine to have a photograph. The rule of thumb, however, is that a photograph is actually not needed on a CV. South Africa is quite with that, but if you are looking at other countries, if you are looking at opportunities abroad, definitely leave the photograph in.
Okay, so if you're looking for opportunities abroad, leave the photograph out.
Yes.
All right, got you. And then also, if you are, I suppose, putting in a photo, it should be something that's appropriate. It shouldn't be you in a bikini with a drink in your hand. Probably a good head and shoulders with a plain background, yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
Sure, there's lots of
LinkedIn profile as well as your CV. You're going to keep the photograph against a white background, and the darker colors that you wear, the better. Ladies, please have some nice makeup on. Make sure your hair is clean. Doesn't matter if it's up or down. Gentlemen, if you do have a beard, please, it can't be a big bush. Please, honey bunnies, no one likes that. Make sure it's nice and sculpted. Otherwise, if you clean shaven, clean hair, and like I said, dark clothes against a white background.
We've got another question here sent in via voice note. I'm pretty sure you should be able to hear it. Let's see.
This is anonymous from somewhere in the country. I agree to disagree when it comes to getting a professional to do your resume. But for me, one key thing that has stood out for me when I have been sending out my resume is let it be creative. Have it as your own signature. It represents you. That's your identity. That's what you're selling, and it's worked. So I mean, being a creative person, you want it to stand out. You want to show what work you can actually showcase to the potential job, as well as your skill set. So that's something that will help. And also, what I've done in interviews is that I turn it around, and if I don't get the job, then I can at least try and get them on a contractual basis so that I at least have a client. So I turn it around and basically say, hey, what is it that you need in your company? This is what the skill set is. Also a form of business consultancy that I also want to try and incorporate into those interviews. So it's not about selling your soul, it's about them needing you, type of thing. So that's how I basically look around it.
Marzenna, any feedback on that?
Absolutely. I've got so much feedback. So love what Anonymous said. Thank you so much for your voice note. And it's really being the scratch to someone's itch, which is kind of what he alluded to. So it's not about me. It's about, scratching that pain point that my client is experiencing. I just want to also categorically quickly state that he respectfully agrees to disagree with me. So I am saying it's not necessary to recruit a professional CV writer, because you can upskill yourself. I'm teaching you these tactics. But if you don't have the time, the tenacity, you don't want to learn the skill because you're a busy professional, that is when I say, hey, go for it. But please just remember these things. It's about these core things. It's not about a pretty CV. If you're going to recruit someone to do your CV, please don't do a graphic designer. Okay? It's not about how pretty your CV looks. It's the content of the CV. If you're going to recruit someone, don't go for someone that's going to charge you $50, okay? Because no one in their right mind is going to charge so little for something that is credible. Goldilocks rule here, okay? Don't go too cheap. Don't go too expensive. Go for just right. You know the porridge that tastes just... Okay.
Got you.
Yeah, and look at people's testimonials if you're going to recruit someone. Look at their portfolio of work and look at their background. Do they actually know what the hell they're talking about?
That's actually another question that came in. Who I'm not sure who sent it in, but they say, "Hi, regarding the CV, what are your views on not just employer reference but client references?"
So the most important thing is that person has to know that they are a reference.
Okay.
You're absolutely welcome to include client references or employer references with permission. If it's a client of the employer, okay, but if it's something that you've done some contract work for, absolutely 100%, but the rule is permission.
Got you. Beautiful. Marzenna, I think that's a good place for us to wrap it up. If people want to find you, maybe get you to help them with their CV or any, I suppose, psychometrist work, how do we do that?
Okay, thank you so much, Nicole. So yes, here at Holistan, we offer career coaching. We offer professional CVs. We offer a plethora of different things. Please get in touch with us. Our website is www.holistan.com. I'm going to spell that. It's HOLISTAN. And Nicole, just also, hashtag doing good is good business. It's a hashtag that we started earlier this year with the COVID pandemic. We've actually made available a lot of free resources on our website to help job seekers at this time.
Beautiful.
So we've available our professional CV template. We've got an ebook on how to go about job seeking under these conditions. We've got loads of ebooks, business plans, lots of free resources. So please hook up with us on our website. Otherwise, follow us on Insta, Welcome to Holistan, or look us up on any other social media platform. You can find us at Holistan.